Hi, it's Cindy Fodor here with Technique Thursday. As I promised, I told you I would show you a cute box technique this week, and I have that ready to show you. I hope you're having a good day, and I'm going to give you a quick view of the cute little box. So these are the sides. I'm actually going to show you how to do it with the sides designed as well. But very quick and easy, one sheet of cardstock, boom, done. So let's get started. So I'm starting out with a piece of designer paper, not designer paper, of cardstock, and I'm using Misty Moonlight for the sample that I have ready to show you. And I'm going to give you a screenshot then of my pattern. So I'll let that on for a few seconds when I want to tell that to you. But this is the one that I have ready to go. It's cut and ready, but I want to start from the beginning because I know sometimes it helps to have somebody walk you through the whole thing. So I'm going to start with just jade and use my Simply Scored. And what you want to do along the long side, you're going to score at 1¼ inches on both sides. Now I like to come in from here, so I'm going to go 1 inch and then 1¼ inches and score there. And also I'm using my small tip. When I do cardstock, I always use a smaller tip. I like the larger one for designer paper because that will sometimes tear if you use the small tip for that. Once again, 1¼ Now, a lot of people like to come from this side, but I find it really difficult for me to get my hand over here, so I often like to just do it from this side. Then along the short, or on the short sides, you're going to score in at 1/2 inch. So this is at 10 3/4. Did I tell you the size of this? 10 3/4 by 6. So you can only get one of these out of a sheet of cardstock unless you're using 12 by 12. All right, so what did I say? 1/2. So I'm going to come in 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to come in actually it's going to be easier to go this way. So let's try the 1/2 inch here. See, I really have trouble getting that. 1/2 inch and then 4 3/4 inches. That one's not too hard. Let's do 4 3/4 here. Okay, so as you see, even sides, even this way as well. So this is, one of them is going to be the front of your box and one's going to be the back. You're going to choose which is which because for the back side, you're going to cut out these two little squares. And since I jiggled on those, I'll go ahead and cut those out. Not squares, they're rectangles, I know that. I did past geometry. Sometimes you wonder, right? Okay, so we'll get those two pieces cut out, just so they don't get in the way. They're just going to be of no use to you. Sorry, I didn't do very well there. I'm having trouble with my scissors. I'm acting like I'm a left-hander with right-handed scissors. Okay, now I'm going to come in from the sides and I'm going to give 2 cuts here on the 1 1/4 inch score lines, and then one here. Actually, I didn't want to do that one. Sorry. Don't do that one. Just these two. Okay. Do what I say, not what I do. All right. Now, let me get rid of this because we're finished with that. All right. Now, you can go ahead and fold on all of your score lines. So this one just gets folded backwards. Let me get my bone folder here and just burnish that well. And then all the sides will fold in. Of course, I cut that, so now that looks awful. I might tape that down. Go ahead and do this side. Okay. And then we'll do these. Okay. And then this is also the back part is going to get folded backwards or outside, whichever you want to call that. And one more. We want to do these in here and here. Okay. All right, so now we're ready to put it together. It's going to go something like that. I always like to make sure that when I'm layering something, the front sides will go over the back so that you don't see an opening here. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I have the blue one already set up. So this is my front, and this is my top. Okay. And so on the inside, I have tear and tape here and here. And that is pretty much all you need. I will show you that we might need to put a little bit on the edges once we put that together. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Let's see. This is my front because the pieces go the whole way out. So that's the part that I want to put the tear and tape on. And some people really struggle with tear and tape. I find that it's really easy. I don't usually cut it. It's called tear and tape for a purpose. I usually put my fingernail right there. Excuse me, and I just rip it off to the length. I saw somebody demoing, and they cut a piece off every time, and then they threw some of it away because it was too long. And I just can't waste stuff like that. So this is how I do it. No waste. At least not too much. Okay. So that's where I want my tear and tape. Now, to make this work well, you got to make sure that's pushed down really good so that when you take your pick tool in, you're going to be able to just pick that tape right up off of there and give it a nice pull, and it'll be ready to go. Very handy tool to have. Okay. All right, now I'm ready to put this together, and I want to make sure it's nice and square. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm talking too fast tonight. I'm gonna tuck my bases in there, the sides. They're just gonna help. Like if I put something in here, they're not really necessary, but if I put something in here that could run out, this is gonna help to make sure that that doesn't happen. So they're serving a purpose, and they also help to keep everything squared. I'm going to bring this up and try not to stick it before I get it in place. I'm trying to get these pieces lined up right in that crease, and I just did that right. And now I'm just going to bring that back. You see, I'm trying to keep everything nice and square as I'm gluing that together. And this piece is still sticking out here, so I'm going to go ahead, and this is the piece that I messed up, that I cut and I shouldn't have. So let's just stick a piece of this in here. Got a little much, so I will have to trim that. That's what happens. You have to eat your words sometimes. Okay, get that off of there. And see if I can get that tucked up there where it belongs. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. All right, now we're ready to decorate it. And I'm going to use, actually, I do want to put some here, but I think that I can just put some of our new Stampin' Seal on there. I'm using the Stampin' Seal Plus. See if I can get it in here. It's really good to have this nice and straight when you're using it. I tell you what, it's so far it's working really good, and the Stampin' Seal Plus is my favorite. Each video I'm going to let you know how I'm feeling about it so that you can have an honest opinion. However, at my classes I'm letting everybody try it for themselves, and I'm watching to see if there's any problems. And I'm finding that the regular Stampin' Seal is acting similar to our Fast Fuse, which I loved and I still love. I still use it. In that you need to check it off a little bit so that it doesn't pull from behind, or you will have to advance it as you go. And that one you can see needed advanced before I could use it again. So, but for the most part, it has worked well. Of course, I don't have any longevity to tell you yet to say how long it's going to hold, but the Stampin' Seal Plus will hold better and longer. And actually, where I use the tear and tape, I'm going to start trying to use this just to see how well that holds with things that will have to move a lot and not just be flat on your card. Okay, so I'm using our Flowers for Every Season designer paper. This box has that on it, and this one has the sunflowers. And I'm just going to give you a quick peek at what these look like, because I didn't have these at my initial unboxing. These were just available on June 3rd that I was able to get them. So you can see some really pretty patterns and some nice neutral patterns as well. And sorry, I still have it in the bag there. It's squeaky. And then the other side has lots of flowers for you. And I just lost my screen. Okay, still recording, I think. Make sure. Yeah, okay. All right, so that's what I'm using from there. And this piece, I don't know if I told you this yet, it's 3 1/4 inch by 3 3/4. And I just brought it in 1/4 inch from each side and a little bit to tuck up under here. I didn't feel like it needed to go the whole way because you weren't going to see that. So I'm going to go ahead and add my adhesive here. Now, as I'm telling people, this adhesive is fairly expensive. I'm not even sure what this one is, but this is more expensive than the regular. And so, but the thing is, you don't need a lot because it holds really, really well. So you're going to use way less of this than you did of the snail adhesive. I'm trying to tuck that under there and not get it to stick before I'm ready. I guess I should have put that on before I put my box together. So, note to self, put this on before you put it together. Okay. There we go. That's so pretty. I love Just Jade, and this yellow with it, I guess it's Bumblebee, is so pretty. Now, for this box, I want to add some DSP to the sides. Just because when you cut this piece, you end up with more, and I was able to just quick cut 2 1-inch pieces to add to that. And so I figured, why not, if it's sitting there on your desk or on your recipient's desk, they're going to be able to see the side, so it'll be nice if it has a little decoration on it. All right, so almost finished. And I can't wait to tell you what I'm putting in this one. Oh, I glued that one down. Now I'm not going to be able to get that in there. Okay. Here we go. I might just trim that off right here. That's the piece that I messed up and glued down. Oh my. One mistake just leads to other problems, right? Okay. Take your time when you do this. Don't rush. Easier said than done, right? Okay. One last piece. This is one of the little prints that is in that packet. And I just cut a 1/2 inch strip. And it's 6 inches long, which is exactly what you need. You can trim it if you need to trim just a little bit off of that. So I'm going to just tack a little bit down here. And I'll start here at this side. This one I cut exactly 1/2 inch. Because I really didn't feel like I needed to see any of the jade. However, on my blue box, you can see that it doesn't quite go to the edge. This one is 3/8 of an inch. So depending on what you're putting on there, you might want a little blue border. But I didn't feel that it mattered since this was also just jade. So I went ahead and did that 1/2 inch. All right, so that was quick and easy. I got some chocolates for my birthday from Laura. And yum, yum, yum. She knows I love Lindt chocolate, Lindor. So I put that in my little bag for a gift for my friend. And voila, a little bit of shreddy in there, and it's ready to go. Okay, so I promised that I would give you the dimensions. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit so that you can see that well. You can take a picture of that if you want. I sort of messed up the 1/4 here on the 3 1/4. That's a 1. But yeah, so I say go try it because so quick and easy. I actually watched my upline demo this, and it was so easy, and I was like, I have to show that. I have to show that to everybody. So hopefully try it out. When you come to class, you can try these out, or you can go ahead and buy one of them and check it out, see what you think. It is our new adhesive. It's our only applicator adhesive now. We still carry the Tombow liquid glue, which also is a fabulous adhesive. And a lot of people like to put their boxes together with that. However, as you're doing that, you have to actually hold it in place until it's dry a little. It only takes a few seconds, but you have to hold it longer than I did for this, as you saw. I will tell you, it puts shredded, or what should I call it? My grandson and I made a barn today. Let me flip you over and I can actually talk to you on screen. So he wanted to cut paper today. So I left him cut paper with my cutter. We just went through sheets of paper and he cut strips. And then he said he wanted to make a barn. So we did. And then I made a roof for him. I just wove some of the pieces together and then we glued it on with Tombow glue. And then I had to hold it until it dried. That was fun. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that project. I hope you'll try it. And let me know. Give me a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed that. And what else maybe you'd like to see. Or maybe let me know what you've come up with as a project that might be this one or another type of box. What type of projects you're interested in. So, all right, guys. Thanks. Have a good day. God bless.